what happens when you combine the intense action of John Wick, the rhythmic beats and speed of Doom, and the immersive near one-shot action of Superhot? Well, you're about to find out. Angerfoot is a high-octane first-person shooter developed by Free Lives and published by Devolver Digital. Welcome to Shit City, a place where crime reigns supreme and 4 powerful gangs along with the crime minister control the town. Our main character is a sneakerhead with no gang affiliation who simply wants to complete his shoe collection. However, everything changes when the Violence Gang comes into play. They steal your collection, and now it's up to you to retrieve your kicks and unleash your fury on anyone who stands in your way. There's a slight bait and switch in terms of the story's tone. See, the opening cutscene establishes a gritty feel as it introduces each gang. However, the game's silliness and cartoonish nature perfectly complement the anthropomorphic enemies and cartoon-like environments. The juvenile humor is evident in almost every interaction with NPCs, who frequently say or do peculiar and questionable things. It's a minor strange clash that's easy to overlook, especially since the plot is not the main selling point. But you know, I do appreciate how the lore connects to each pair of shoes, which greatly enhances the frenetic gameplay. Speaking of gameplay, I fucking love everything about it. It's fast-paced and it's one hell of a time. In each level, the objective is simple: make your way from point A to B while taking down enemies along the way. Completing a level earns you a star, and 5 stars can be used to unlock new kicks. Each level gives an opportunity to earn up to 3 stars, which promotes replayability. Every pair of shoes is essentially a unique modifier, providing either assistance or an additional layer of a challenge. For example, wearing the Holy Sandals grants you a second chance at life if you fail, while the Red Stilettos ensures that only your kicks results in kills. It is choose your own chaos with Angerfoot, and even after wrapping up the game in 6 or so hours, I couldn't get enough. Most enemies can be defeated with just one shot, adding to that powerful badass feeling of the game. But I had to constantly remind myself that I wasn't invincible, especially when facing larger enemies that quickly humbled me. But with the booming 808s that just intensify in each level, can you really blame me? Especially when I discovered my rhythm and found the perfect pair of sneakers, I felt like my brain was in maximum overdrive. As you progress, you'll encounter new types of enemies and discover different weapons which add variety to the gameplay. If you need an extra challenge, each gang features a unique boss battle, adding even more chaos and difficulty. While not as difficult as Elden Ring, expect to die a few times as you learn the mechanics and eventually emerge victorious. There's very little to complain about in Angerfoot. Initially, I wasn't a fan of the visuals, but as I progressed through the ridiculous story, they grew on me. The only real issues I encountered were major stutters and sometimes sluggish performance, which will hopefully be fixed in a future patch. The soundtrack is right up my alley, with a mix of adrenaline-pumping sounds and hip-hop instrumentals that keep the chaos on track. Plus, regardless of what shoes you're wearing, you always feel extremely powerful 90% of the time. Overall, it's badass arcade fun, and I'm always in favor of that. Angerfoot feels like a game made for me. Although the plot is silly and super bare, it provides enough motivation for our protagonist to essentially become John Wick. The gameplay allows players to control the pace and gives a sense of going 100 miles per hour. It is truly an exhilarating experience. And with a kick-ass soundtrack boosting your adrenaline, you simply must play Angerfoot to just experience this banger. Angerfoot is available now on PC for $24.99. Yo, it's Will, and I'd like to take a second to just applaud the developers Free Lives. The developer hasn't missed in my opinion. They've dropped Broforce, Genital Jousting, which, if you're not old enough, you probably shouldn't be playing, and Terranil, so now you got Angerfoot on top of that. Like, all absolute quality games that have been well received so far. I'm hoping Angerfoot does the same. Now, because we're having a post-credit conversation, I feel like I'm in a safe space to let you know I'm probably gonna end up replaying Angerfoot via my Steam Deck, showing it off to friends and whatnot. Granted, some of my friends are sneakerheads and everything they keep is essentially in a box, but whatever, they can cringe later on. It's fine, it's a video game, just have fun.